Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michelle and this is a word of caution regarding watching pick a card love readings. So while there is nothing inherently wrong with wanting to know where you stand with the love interest on your mind, the reason why you're wanting to know where you stand with them matters greatly, as it can greatly impact your mental and emotional well-being. So a very good question to ask yourself when it comes to why you're watching pick a card love readings is, am I simply curious or am I actually clinging? Holding on to hope isn't always a good thing, especially if it's keeping you stuck in limerence or in codependence. The last thing I want to do is to enable limerence and codependence with the content that I create. I want to help you create a life in which you're truly thriving, not keep you stuck in survival mode. And I know how it all works because I've been there. So this is where grace, knowledge, understanding, and compassion come in. It's okay if the only way you're able to self-soothe in this moment is by way of participating in coping mechanisms, distractions, and the like. As long as you're also doing yourself a favor by learning how to heal the wounding that has been fueling any limerence and or codependent patterns that you might have. My promise to you is that as you heal the wounding, your dependency on your SP, which means specific person, aka the person on your mind, or your ex, will begin to dissolve naturally, to the point where you're not even curious about what they're thinking and how they're feeling about you anymore. I know this to be true from personal experience. When you're ready to start healing the wounding, I have some amazing resources to get you going. My personal recommendation is to start with 2 videos, how to stop manifesting separation, and then the other one is called Releasing the Wants. Both videos will be linked in the description box below. My heart is always with you guys, and with that I bid you more happy viewing. Love, Michelle. Hi Pile 1, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another pick a card love reading. Tapping in and channeling through whether or not, according to the energies that are the most active in your guys' connection right now, what's the likelihood of reconciliation, okay? But we're going to hit it from a standpoint of, like, you know, how your person feels about reconciling. Do they want to? What are their thoughts and feelings? And then if it comes through in the overall energies that pretty much, yeah, at some point you guys are going to reconcile, we'll look at maybe when, okay? Just keep in mind, you guys, whatever comes out, you know, I do personally believe that you have the ability to influence reconciliation with your person if that's what you want. It's called manifesting in a specific person. And there's a lot of people that are doing it. Okay, I've done it multiple times. It's just what you focus on, what you choose to focus on. And if manifesting in a specific person is a whole new, entirely brand new concept for you, and you have no idea that you even have the ability to do that, I'm excited to report that yes, you do. Okay, but before you go down that manifesting in a specific person rabbit hole, I just want to caution you that you want to make sure that you're doing it from the right space. Many people get, I don't want to say sucked in, but yeah, you know, many people can get sucked into manifesting in a specific person and not realizing that they're doing so from the very space that manifested in the dynamic and the version of their specific person that is causing all the problems, right? So yeah, you can, like, no matter what happens here in this reading, what information comes out, you can manifest reconciliation, or, you know, and or reunion with your person. You just got to hit it from the right space, okay? So if that's something that you're interested in looking into, I have a whole other channel. But to get you started, there's a couple of videos linked in the description box below. The first one is called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. And then the second video by which to do that, it's the process of how to do that. It's called Releasing the Wants. That'll get you going, okay? But just remember, Be very careful about allowing yourself to get sucked down that rabbit hole, because unless you're doing it from a space of confidence and a space of faith, you'll just end up spinning your wheels. And I don't want you guys to waste any time. I want you to be happy now, okay? All right, pile, let's see, one. And just keep in mind it's a general reading, so whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available. You can even book a personal reading about if you and your specific person will reconcile. That's one of the $25 readings I just added. So there's a lot of readings available in the specific person category, and many of them are $25. So all the booking details are in the description box below. Go check them out, see which one fits your guys' needs. All right, so pile, let's see, one, you guys were drawn to the Malachite stone. Let's see your person's overall energy when it comes to reconciling with you. We got the main card here of Revenge Body. This is looking your best, focusing on yourself, and finishing the X. I'm not picking up, because here we have the Hierophant, and then we have the Four of Fire, which is the Four of Wands. And so I'm picking up that your person actually has every intention at some point of reconciling with you. But there's almost an energy of your person feeling like they need to prep for it. They need to, they might be working on cleaning up some bad habits. They could be heavily focused on like maybe self-improvement. But that self-improvement could, for whatever reason, be more focused on like their physical body, because there is another card in this deck that talks about like actual personal growth in terms of, self-improvement of the mind and, the soul and stuff like that, the mind and emotion. This is the Revenge Body though. And so I don't know, your person might be using your guys' separation as motivation to maybe get their health under control. Okay. Yeah, with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands here, clarifying Revenge Body, your person definitely, they want to reconcile. And I will say with the Hierophant here, there is a bit now of maybe some spiritual backing to that, right? In terms of reconciliation. So your person's dominant energy around reconciling with you. Revenge Body, it's a card about transformation through, through self-focus, through looking good and proving something. Possibly to you, but it could also, because it says focusing on yourself, and so your person might feel like they need to prove something to themselves first before they reconcile with you, okay? Yeah, now I'm kind of picking up an energy of your person maybe using physical exercise and, physical transformation as a way to boost their self-esteem and their confidence. Your person, your person is channeling their energy into their physical appearance, into self-improvement and empowerment. But they're being emotionally motivated. And they may be emotionally motivated to transform because they might have felt rejected. They might have felt hurt. This could also could be them, something to prove. I'm hearing that. They feel like maybe they have something to prove. But it's not just to you. It feels like they also have something to prove to themselves. Your person's in the process of becoming like their most magnetic, confident version of themselves. I'm picking up an edge though. It's like they're not just doing it for self-fulfillment. They also have the motivation to like give themselves some kind of an advantage, and also, yes, an edge. There's a desire here of your person wanting to be a bit more edgy. Yeah, your person's not just healing, pile one, they're wanting to make a statement. So, with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands here, so with the Hierophant, your person is seeking structure, growth, and deeper meaning behind this transformation. It's not purely a surface level glow up. It's tied to values, to belief systems, and even a desire for long-term connection. I just heard commitment. Yeah, so the desire for some kind of a long-term commitment is definitely here. But I keep being taken back to revenge body. Like your person, okay, so your person wants to look good. They want to feel powerful. They maybe even want to spark some kind of envy or desire. Maybe in you if they felt like you didn't appreciate them fully, but this could just be an overall energy that your person feels. Maybe your person feels like they're not quite valued. They could be attaching their self-worth to their physical appearance. There's a bit of an ego restoration happening here, possibly subconscious, okay? And that could be stemming from a desire to be recognized, or even there's kind of an energy of here, like, I just saw the old Ricky Lake, and I seen it on YouTube probably about sometime last year, an old 90s thing from Ricky Lake where she had who was an old talk show host. She had people on, who were bringing on their exes who hadn't seen them in a while, and they were like, see how I transformed, see how I glowed up, and don't you miss this? And it's kind of that kind of an energy that's coming through. Yeah, wanting to maybe spark some kind of a regret for, like, don't you wish you didn't walk away from me now, that kind of a thing. Or at least they want to know that they have that ability. Like, your person could be feeling like, for whatever reason, they're easily discardable. So they're trying to give themselves some kind of an edge. But I mean, it does feel like they are at least trying to work it from the inside out. But there is a central focus, though, on their outer appearance and improving that. Okay. So it may not be entirely about you in this connection, pile one, but your presence, or the absence thereof could be fueling their current self-improvement drive. Your person could be also reevaluating what commitment really means to them, especially in the light of whatever their past patterns may have been. They could be learning spiritual or emotional lessons from, the breakup between you or the distance. And with the Four of Wands here, this is a card of reunion. So it already is coming through, pile one, that your person desires. This is the main energy they're in when it comes to you. Like, it feels like much of this motivation, the reason why they are going through this self-improvement, is for the purposes of reconciling with you. Or at least, trying to maybe get it to where you'll want to reconcile with them. But that there's definitely a desire coming from your person's side, a motivation to not only reconcile here with the Four of Wands, the Four of Fire, but to, offer more of a serious commitment with Hierophant, maybe even, marriage in the church, or marriage, because there's several different, you know what? The Four of Wands is the marriage card here too. Yeah, your person is definitely, they definitely have long-term commitment on the brain when it comes to you and to this connection. Okay, we got both marriage cards out here. Nice, if you guys want that, right? So with the Four of Wands, I mean, there's very fiery energy here, and despite the fiery energy, and this is the revenge body, there's kind of a spiciness coming through with that, right? Again, I'm picking up on your person wanting to gain it, some kind of an edge, some kind of an advantage. But, you know, there is a deeper longing coming from your person for the two of you getting on the same page, a harmonious reunion. This could even be the energy of coming home in more ways than one, with the Four of Wands here and the Hierophant. You know, it could be home to, like, if you guys ever shared like a house or a home together, like they want to come back home to that shared, physical space. But then the Hierophant also talks about like a mental and emotional and even more of a spiritual home. Okay. So, overall, this is not a shallow energy that your person's in when it comes to, reconciling, okay? Your person's in the process of, they're learning, they're growing, they're building more of a solid foundation, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, even physically here, mostly physically. Underneath it all, your person may be gearing up for a very serious reconciliation, one that isn't just about getting back together, but about creating a more mature, joyful, and stable union, especially here with the Four of Wands. Okay, so your person, they're not in the energy of somebody that's just going to reach out, impulsively. There's almost a need. I'm hearing a fear too. There's a need and fear keep wanting to pop out about your person's feeling like they need to earn reconciliation with you. Like they have to make themselves good enough. They got to build themselves back up. Again, there's a sense of maybe their ego having been bruised for some reason, and they're in the process of restoring that. They're hitting it though from, like, I'm hearing, the gym, okay? They're hitting it more from, a physical appearance standpoint. I know this says revenge body, but it's not coming through in the energy of revenge. So when they do reach out to you, pile one, they want to feel like they're coming to the table as somebody worth celebrating. So this isn't about revenge with your person. It's like redefinition. Your person, could be working on themselves from the inside out. But for some reason, there's more of a focus on your person's outer appearance, okay? And, for some of you where it resonates, that could go beyond, losing weight, building muscle. There could be even hints of like maybe some cosmetic, procedures in here or in there somewhere. Okay. Let's see. All right, let's find out your person's overall thoughts and feelings towards you and the connection as it pertains to reconciliation right now. All right. Pile one's person, thoughts and feelings about reconciling with pile one at this time. Pile one's person's thoughts and feelings about reconciling at this time. We got Taurus energy coming out here with Hierophant. Thoughts and feelings about reconciling. Yeah, it says, I want the same as you. So if you're wanting to reconcile with this person, your person wants the same thing, pile one, okay? They want to reconcile. Let's get two more. Thoughts and feelings about reconciling. I'm all in. Yeah, that's that energy. Your person really is all in, pile one, when it comes to reconciling, and that's the exact energy that they're going to be in when they do reach out with you. It's not just going to be something where they just reach out, hey, what are you doing, you know, and then maybe you guys will get together, you'll, you know, reconnect in the physical, and then, you know, either you don't hear again from them for a while, or maybe it goes back to something that's a little bit more sporadic and consistent, you know, maybe even casual. Your person's coming back to you in the energy of like, they're ready to go all in, talking marriage, okay, for many of you. At the very least, it's going to be one of those things where it's a serious commitment, okay? For those of you that want exclusivity with your person, if you want monogamy with your person, if you just want it to be you and them, because again, we have I want the same as you. So whatever it is you're wanting for this connection with your person, whatever dynamic you want with your person, they want the same thing and they're all in. When they do return, they're going to be all in and ready to go, all right? If you want marriage, your person wants marriage. If you want to live together, your person wants to live together. If you know what I mean? It's just, there's a mirroring aspect here. Give me one more. We belong together. Oh, wow. Yeah, so there might be something that your person likes. So, oh, wow. And then at the bottom of the deck, wow, we will be together again. Look at me. I'm just like, wow, wow. Pile one. You know, I'm hoping this is something that you want, because, you know, I'm like I'm over here getting excited for you guys. While I'm thinking about it, let me get timing just in case I don't want to forget. Okay, so again, we have, I want the same as you, I'm all in, we belong together, and at the bottom of the deck, it says we will be together again. Yeah, so your person, again, has every intention of reconciling with you. They're just in the process right now of, there's kind of an energy coming through of your person feeling like they need to build themselves up in a way so that they're able to match your energy. You know, and it could be like with your person focusing on increasing their level of health and stuff like that. They could also be increasing like their physical, what do they call that? Their physical stamina. You know, if you're somebody who's very active, there is an energy of your person coming through where they want to match your energy more. And that could be coming from a space of, you know, your physical drive, physical activity. You could be somebody who is very physically active, who has a lot of energy. And, you know, there is an essence of, you know, for those of you that resonates, like, especially if you have high sexual stamina, you know, your person wanting to increase like their endurance levels, right, physically to keep up with you. But there definitely is some kind of an energy of your person trying to build themselves up, right, so that they can keep up with you. And that could be coming from a space, you know, more ways than one. Okay, give me timing. When is reconciliation more than likely to happen, please, between pile one and their person, the person on their mind? Timing. Okay, the next fire sign season, which is Aries, Leo, Sag. The timing, at the time where I'm filming this video, we are still in Cancer season, regardless of what time this posts. I batch record, so when am I going to end up posting this? Oh, tomorrow. Yeah. So, you know, if you're watching this video at the time that it posts, right, the time that it comes out, we're currently in Cancer season, and so you'll more than likely hear from this person sometime within Leo season, okay? But for others of you where you're not watching this when it's been posted, the next fire sign season, the fact that the Queen of Wands is showing up in the reverse, you may skip a couple of fire sign seasons. Okay, let me pull one more card. That was interesting. This Aries season specifically is coming out. Okay, so there's an energy where it may be a little bit longer than what you would prefer. Heavy on the fire sign season though coming through. Specifically, the Emperor here stands for Aries, okay? But with the Ace of Pentacles showing up at the back of the deck, I mean, it could be, you know, it could be within the year, all right? Possibly, you know. Again, it's a general reading. All right, let's see. So what are we doing? Let's look at... Will you reconcile? Oh, absolutely. The first card that's out says bond, okay? Yes, you will reconcile. It says soulmate, strong love bond, love of a lifetime. Yeah, I'm picking up pile one, you know, heavy, heavy commitment vibes coming through here. Moving in together, getting married, okay? Anything else? Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna, you got, yes. So we got bond, we have Casanova, and then we have flow, and at the bottom of the deck we have the star, okay? 3 yeses and 1 no, and then the 1 no says, that's Casanova. It says natural charm, active love life, very hard to tame. I just feel that has more to do with the timing. I mean, it could be the connection itself too. There might be some things within you and or within your person that maybe self-development is happening for, where it's easier for the two of you to get on the same page about something, okay? Flow says, let it come, let it flow. Can't control the situation, things are shifting. Yeah, and I kind of feel like with Casanova and flow together, that's just like, you know, there is a bit of advice or guidance or insight coming through in that energy. And again, you don't ever have to take the advice. This is for people that want it, right? To just kick back and, you know, like, reconciliation between you and your person is going to happen. The intention, I mean, the drive and the intention from your person, it's all there. They're all in. They want marriage, they want family, they want reconciliation, you know, and for many of you, they do want to get married, like in the church, like in a church kind of a thing, in front of friends, in front of family. They want it to be spiritually sealed somehow, okay? Bottom of the deck with the stars says healing. Yeah, bright future coming out of darkness. Yeah, and so that's definitely what's going on with your person. They're just kind of working through some things, and for some reason, like their way of working through things, that might just be their way of, their gateway of working on themselves spiritually, mentally, and emotionally is by way of physical activity. All right, you guys, pile one, that was your reading. I hope that it resonated. This was such a great reading for those of you, you know, that are wanting to reconcile with your person. So definitely claim it. If you picked this pile, you know, let me know down in the comments what you thought. Let me know that you picked this pile. If you haven't done so already, become part of the family by smashing the, smash the like button. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Hit that subscribe button to become part of the family if you haven't already done so. And then, now don't forget about that notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And you guys, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We are doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through reconciliation. Will you or won't you? Will you reconcile with your person? But we're going to be looking into things like, does your person want to reconcile? What energy are they largely in when it comes to reconciling? And then according to whatever the overall energies that come out, we'll see if we can discern what the timing is going to be. Okay, so just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Whatever resonates, take it, run with it. If something doesn't, my goodness, if something doesn't resonate, run with, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever it might be resonating for. I do have personal readings available for those of you that would like me to tap exclusively into you and your person's connection. Just check the description box below. All the booking details are there. There are a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, and I've actually recently added more readings to the $25 category, so go check them out, you guys. All right. And I also just want to remind you guys, like, whatever comes out in this reading, you know, I personally have the belief, and I've experienced it for myself, and then other people are experiencing it too. You do have the ability, if you want to influence reconciliation with your person. Okay, it's called manifesting an SP, and SP stands for specific person. Yeah, so before you go, you know, for those of you that are feeling intrigued by that, before you go and fall down the manifesting an SP rabbit hole, you want to make sure that you know that manifesting in a specific person needs to come from a different space than the space that created the version of your SP and the dynamic that, you know, basically is experiencing separation with your person. Okay, so what I find a lot of people doing is they try to manifest an SP back from the very same space that created separation in the first place. And so you want to make sure that you're reorienting yourself into more of a, you know, a place of faith, that you're not trying to manifest them, you know, from a place of lack. In other words, many people are trying to get their SP back because, you know, to fill a void, to feel like a craving or a lust. Okay, so you just want to make sure, if you're going to fall down that rabbit hole, be very careful with that. I do have another channel that talks about manifesting. Okay, check the description box below. There's 2 videos to get you started, to help get you reoriented into the right energy so that you're not trying to manifest them back from the very same space that manifested in separation. Okay, so the first video to watch is linked in the description box. It's called How to Stop Manifesting Separation. And then the second video to watch after that is called Releasing the Wants, and that's the process. All right, you guys. Just wanted to throw that out there for those of you that are interested. All right, so the overall energy that your person is in when it comes to reconciliation, check it out, you guys. We got engagement, okay? Your person, when it comes to reconciliation, they actually have long-term vision when it comes to this connection with you, okay? Engagement here says commitment, promises, making it official, marriage in your future. Okay, this is some real stuff. Now there is like a wedding card, so this could be maybe somebody that, you know, what's more coming through is like commitment, maybe actually putting a label on it, right? Making it more serious, more consistent, official, making it official. And then we have that being clarified by the Queen of Earth, which is the Queen of Pentacles in this deck. And so there is a little bit, I don't want to say a caveat. Your person wants something more committed with you and in this connection, but they may be feeling like their finances aren't where they need to be. They can maybe be suffering from some worthiness issues. Yeah. So your person may be in the energy of seriously considering what a future with you looks like and feeling a strong emotional and spiritual pull towards reconciliation in a more meaningful and permanent way. So I'm picking up energies where maybe you guys may have reconciled. This may be something kind of like a cycle that you guys go through. I don't know if maybe some of you maybe put down some kind of a boundary or an expectation with your person. Like, if you come back, you need to come back correct, right? And your person is in that energy of wanting to do that. But with the Queen of Pentacles reversed here, they might be feeling a bit ungrounded or insecure in their own personal and or financial life, okay? Again, your person could also be struggling with some kind of self-worth, or they could be having some doubts about their own ability to provide or show up in a stable way in this connection. There could be some imbalances. They might be overly focused on material issues, you know, or they could be neglecting them. The Queen of Pentacles in the reverse can also suggest that they are not feeling nurtured, or that they fear that they cannot nurture you and or this connection in the way that, you know, that's deserved. So, you know, while there is a desire coming from your person to reconcile and ultimately commit seriously to this connection, there's conflict here. There's insecurities, feelings of instability, or maybe a lack of being ready on some kind of a practical level. They want the engagement. They want commitment. They want that kind of a future with you, but they're doubting their own ability to provide a solid foundation. Okay, so I mean, they could be fearing not being enough. They might be having some anxiety about being able to maintain a long-term relationship with you. And they could be battling with some kind of internal conflict between the desire to commit and the feeling of not being ready or equipped to commit, okay? But, you know, they are genuinely thinking about commitment and reconciliation, you know, in a serious and long-term way with some kind of a focus towards the future. But they are wrestling with doubts about whether or not they can be the grounded, reliable partner that level of commitment would require. So their heart's in it, but their self-trust and or their material stability may feel very shaky to them right now. All right, let's see. Thoughts and feelings. So the desire to reconcile with you is there, pile 2. What feels like is it obscuring your person from reaching out is, again, wanting to, and that could also be like what might be influencing the, you know, blocking them or delaying them from reaching out. I am picking up on some of you that put up boundaries. And that could be largely why, you know, they're not feeling ready. And so they're not, right? That's going to resonate for those of you that put up a boundary, that told your person until they're ready to commit, you like, don't come knocking. And so they're not, right? But they do want that, but they're just not feeling maybe capable and or ready for that yet. Pile 2's persons, thoughts and feelings towards pile 2 in the connection as it pertains to reconciliation, please. Yeah, we got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. Let's get a couple more. So, I mean, when it comes to reconciliation, I'm picking up kind of like a 2 of Pentacles energy. Yeah, there's some like weighing options there. They might go back and forth with it. The desire for reconnection is there. What's causing this 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy that your person might be having with this connection, or just their thought process when it comes to reconciliation, is this Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy that they're in. Okay, it's that Queen of Pentacles in reverse energy that's obscuring reconciliation here. Not just reconciliation, but the commitment part of it. Okay, let me get a couple more. I was being selfish. I know you love me. And then at the bottom of the deck, still holding a grudge. Okay, we'll see what that's about. It's at the bottom of the deck, so it's not the strongest of energies. You know, the Queen of Pentacles in reverse could also talk, you know, definitely could be coming about it, you know, from a selfish space too. Because the Queen of Pentacles in the upright is nurturing, generous, very abundant. And so, you know, out of that abundance, the Queen of Pentacles gives, right? And so your person, they could be the one getting in their own way. They are. That's what it feels like. And we'll see what your person, because it's like what they're saying is they're being selfish possibly with communication, or they're being selfish when it comes to reaching out to initiate reconciliation. Tell me more about, let's see, I was being selfish. They were defensive. Okay, they had their defenses up around you or with you in this connection. Why? They're being defensive right now too. Tell me about, okay, let me clarify the Queen of, okay, it's not necessarily being selfish with their money or their energy. So what is I was being selfish then? What is that? Oh, wow, that's a lot. Do I want to take all those? They were holding back from making a choice. I'm not seeing where in all this energy though. Okay, they were having a hard time making they are having a hard time. There's some kind of a choice that needs to be made here in order for your person to reach out and reconcile, right? It's weird because I'm not actually picking up on a selfish energy here. Maybe it's more of them being self-focused. Maybe it's not coming from a space of like being stingy, because the Four of Pentacles in the reverse is not stingy. It might just be that they're self-focused. They're focusing on self at the moment. And it may be because the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse energy, you know, maybe trying to get their finances down, or just, you know, maybe build up their sense of self-worth. We got the Lovers in the reverse, the Hanged Man in the reverse. We have, what is this? The Six of Pentacles, the Sun in the reverse, and then the Two of Wands. They're trying to figure something out. They're definitely wanting like equal give and take in this connection. So if they've been somebody who hasn't for whatever reason been able to you know, give to the same degree that they take from you in this connection, they're wanting to restore that, right? What do we have out here? We got Leo energy, Pisces, and we have Gemini coming out. We have Earth energies with the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah. What's the decision? What's the decision? What is their decision? Oh, they don't know. Oh. Okay. Quite frankly, pile two, like, yeah, the desire that your person has to want to commit to you and to this connection, and they see you as marriage material for them. But there's something going on, and it's rooted in this Queen of Pentacles in the reverse energy. Your person is battling with the decision of whether to follow through in this engagement energy, this commitment energy, or walk away from the connection altogether. They're stuck in indecision, though, because they don't know what to do. You know, again, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. You know, they want that. But there's something practical that your person is considering when it comes to reconciling with you and in this connection. You might, again, if you told them that you wanted something more serious, that you didn't want to move forward in this connection with them unless they gave you something more serious, they desire that with you. They desire commitment with you. They desire maybe even marriage with you and a future with you and making it official with you. They desire all of that. But they're considering like their capability of doing that, their ability to do that for some reason, to the point of where they're wondering like if it's just best for them to walk away. Your person knows that you love them, pile two. That's not the issue. They know that you love them. They know that you're attracted to them. Okay, they know all that. It's not a secret, I'm hearing. So I don't know if you were wondering whether or not that was hindering reconciliation. It's not. They know that you love them, and they know that you want to be with them. They know that you have their best interests in mind. So it's what's coming through, it's not really a you thing, it's a them thing. I wonder if this still holding a grudge has something to do with it too. That might not even be tied to you and your connection with them. They might be holding a grudge from something or someone in the past, and they could be holding that very close to the vest. That's part of what they're wanting to let go of too, with that Four of Pentacles in the reverse that showed up earlier. Your person may have been holding a grudge against someone in their past that may have did them wrong. And they could have told themselves, like, I'm never doing that again. I'm never getting close to somebody again. Never living with anybody again. You know, that kind of an energy. Let's find out. Back of the deck energy, we have still holding a grudge. Tell me more about that energy, please. This could be true. Okay, there's a couple of different messages coming through. For some of you, your person may have been cheated on. Now, if you didn't cheat on your person, then obviously you know that they're not holding a grudge against you, okay? They're holding a grudge against someone who has cheated on them in the past, and they're kind of using, like, they're holding on to that memory of being cheated as a way to keep themselves from attaching and getting too close to other people so that it doesn't happen again. They're holding a grudge against you specifically if you are withholding sex from them, okay, or if you're not having sex with them. Because, yeah, with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands in the reverse, that drive is there. The sexual desire and the drive is there, and if, you know, they're not, if you cut that off or you're denying them that, or, you know, whatever the case may be, that's kind of what they're mad about, still holding a grudge about. It is the bottom of the deck energy, though, so it's not the strongest. It could just kind of be it could either be on its way out, like your person might be getting over it. It's just not the strongest of energies. It's not the strongest of energies influencing reconciliation, which, you know what, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Why is this showing up at the bottom of the deck? Okay, yeah, they're getting over it. Okay, whatever this grudge is, whatever it's pertaining to, your person is getting over it. Okay, they are walking away from, you know, whatever that grudge is. They're letting it go. I'm hearing it's, you know, whatever that whatever reason they were holding on to that grudge, it's like it's your person is realizing that holding on to that grudge isn't doing them any favors anymore, and so they're in the process of letting that go. Okay, let's find out in the energies. Let's find out if reconciliation is the larger energy. We'll see, reconciliation or separation. What do we got here? Will pile 2 in their person reconcile, yes or no? We're going to get 3 total. I just heard 4. We'll see what happens. Oh, bottom of the deck energy. Okay. Yeah. You guys are going to reconcile. Already 2 cards come out that say yes, and so we have growth and flow. Okay, growth says ancient wisdom, enduring strength, family tree, and ancestors. Yeah, and so there's something about this connection, and the fact that we do have tree, and I am picking up on grounding, right, and a lack of grounding that was coming through with the Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Somehow, some way, shape, or form, something is going to ground this connection into the 3D. Okay, whether it's through you, whether it's through your person, through both, it is happening. Okay, and I love that we have growth and flow coming out together. Flow says let it come, let it flow, can't control the situation, things are shifting. And I just heard something about maybe your person realizing, like, the more they try to control something, the harder it is, or, you know, the worse things get. And so they could have had, you know, a thing about control, and you know, deeper issues maybe centered around not feeling safe. Now, I'm not saying like not feeling safe with you. That's a common thing for a lot of people. It's a common root of self-sabotage, you know, not feeling safe to open yourselves up to people. Not feeling safe to, you know, speak your truth or be authentic or let the mask drop, so, you know, stuff like that. Let's get one more. But yes, you guys are going to reconcile. The energy is largely in favor of reconciliation here, okay? We'll pile 2 in their person reconcile. Yeah, things are shifting. The energies already largely favor reconciliation, and things are still continuing to shift more so that, you know, and I'm seeing the roots grow, right? Meaning like I'm seeing the roots, like this connection getting very, very grounded. So that you actually start to see movement in the 3D with this person. And not just any movement, but movement that mirrors the kind of relationship dynamic that you want with your person after you reconcile. Let's get one more. We'll pile 2 in their person, reconcile, yes or no. Okay. There may be a bit of a delay when it and I will tap in to see what when I tap in to see what timing is going to be, overall, yes, reconciliation is here. There are still some things that your person is needing to work through, though. And you know what? With I was being selfish, that could genuinely be something that your person is needing to work through. Okay? Being more partnership oriented, especially if your person may, I'm picking up on energies where, you know, for those, this is getting specific. So, you know, I'm picking up on like only child, or maybe like the baby, or, you know, somebody that just may have been very spoiled when they were growing up. And it's like they just, for whatever reason, there's an energy coming through with your person where maybe they didn't really have to or want to think about anybody else or consider anyone else. You know, they didn't want to answer to anybody, explain themselves to anyone, or be responsible for anyone else. You know, that energy is coming through. So yeah, things are shifting in favor of connection here, but there is still some things your person is needing to work through. Okay, there may be, you know, your person needing to work through anything that might cause them to not show you in this connection the respect and the seriousness that it deserves. And with unawake at the bottom of the deck, it says sleeping on love, failing to notice the bond, and unaware of their love. Like they're needing to wake up from that, but that's at the bottom of the deck. So again, I feel like that's energy that's moving out. It's moving away. There's one little bit left though that your person's needing to work through, and it's with this games card here. Bad intentions, playing with your heart, and lack of seriousness, respect. Putting themselves first, which isn't a bad thing, right? Especially in terms of when you're needing to make, you can't give somebody else what you don't have, but I'm speaking specifically of the kind of personality that's just out for themselves all the time, right? People who have empty cups, and so they're going to other people to fill that cup for them. That kind of an aspect, okay? So let's find out what we got for timing. When will pile 2 in their person? Possibly faster than what you expected, and it might catch you off guard. Reconciliation. You're not going to be expecting it. That's the most general of energies, okay? It's going to catch you off guard. You're not going to be expecting it. I'm hearing something about maybe like, you know, you wake up one day and you wake up to a text from them that they sent like in the middle of the night or something like that. Just something unexpected. You might bump into this person. So the 7 of Swords is here, and so sword energy, that's air energy. It's the quickest, fastest moving energy of all 4 elements. It could be, you know, in as little as 7 hours, you guys, you could be reconciling with this person. Up to a week, okay? Up to a week. Let's get a second card regarding when, timing. Yeah, it could be in as little as like a week, you guys, okay? It could be during the very next fire sign season. We're currently in Cancer season now at the time I'm filming this video. If you're watching it at the time it's posted, it's timeless, okay? So you could be hearing from this person during Leo season. I'm also hearing Sagittarius, so, you know, whatever resonates, but it's probably going to be quicker than you thought. and or it's going to catch you off guard. You're not going to be expecting it. I am picking up like energies again where you guys are just waking up to a text from this person or a message or a DM that you received, you know, in the middle of the night from them. You know what? And let me see about that. Your person knows not to, yeah, for the, I'm not picking up on necessarily a booty call. Your person, so for those of you where you wake up to a text from this person that they sent in the middle of the night, they already know that you're sleeping. You're not gonna respond because you're sleeping. So why are they sending you a message when they know you're not awake? That could be that doubt and that insecurity. I'm hearing chicken shit, okay? Yeah, there's some doubts and some insecurities your person is dealing with that is definitely affecting a reconciliation between the two of you. But I do feel with the energies coming through that it is going to happen. All right, pile 2, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If this reading resonated, if you got, you know, from this reading what you came here for, take a moment, if you would, smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you have not already done so by hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget about the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. Pile 2, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michelle. We're doing another Pick a Card Love reading. We are tapping in and channeling through whether you and your person are going to reconcile. So looking at it more from the lens of your person, their thoughts and feelings about it. Do they want to? And just kind of according to whatever the energy is, we'll see if, you know, if the overall energies support union or reconciliation. We'll see if we can find out what the timing, possible timing is going to be. All right. So just keep in mind, you guys, it's a general reading. Anything that resonates, take it, run with it. If something isn't resonating, just drop it, leave it behind for whomever, you know, it's going to resonate for. I do have personal readings available if you want me to tap exclusively into the energy of you and your person's connection. Yeah, I have a lot of readings available in the specific person category. Many of them are just $25, and I recently added more readings to the $25 category. So go see which ones fit your needs. All right, you guys, you were drawn to the Red Jasper. Let's find out what your person's overall energy is regarding reconciliation with you. We got bad intentions being clarified by the 8 of Wands in the reverse. And so bad intention says red flags, lies and secrets, be vigilant and protect yourself. I'm gonna say your person is currently embodying some very deceptive and or self-serving energy regarding reconciliation with you. This could be manipulation, hidden agendas, or a lack of true like emotional sincerity. So, you know, it warns of someone wearing a mask, presenting one version of themselves while hiding a more harmful truth underneath. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean that your person is outright evil, but it does mean that their energy is currently misaligned, misaligned with truth. They're not coming from a space of like trust and honesty and true emotional accountability when it comes to reconciling here. So, you know, whether this is intentional or unconscious, your person's presence could cause emotional harm if boundaries are not firmly in place. And so that's kind of like a cautionary thing for you guys, all right? Pile 3, being clarified by the 8 of Wands reversed. You know, this can talk about when it comes to reconciliation, delays in reconciliation. It could talk about maybe some communication that's very frustrating or agitating even. It could talk about a lack of follow through, maybe even some misdirection. So I'm just hearing to be very careful, okay? Your person, I mean, not only are there red flags and dishonesty coming through here, but there's also a lack of clear communication or forward moving momentum. So, I mean, you know, what this is saying is if your person is to reach out in this energy, it's not gonna probably be for the reasons that you're wanting it to be, okay? It's gonna be very self-serving. There's even an air of recklessness here. Your person may be avoiding some kind of truth. They could be stalling. They could even be deliberately withholding communication to maintain control or avoid accountability. You know, your person could be withholding communication as a way to manipulate and control you. So be very careful about that, okay? I wouldn't put it past your person to be prone to like emotional impulsiveness. This is somebody who's not above like ghosting and just behaving in ways where they're not taking into account like what it's going to do to you or how it's affecting you or anything like that. This is very selfish, self-motivating energy. You know, it is kind of, you know, that stance or that you know, that everyone out for themselves kind of an energy. So, I mean, like, you know, to be honest, pile 3, your person is not, at least in the energy that they're in right now, they're not approaching reconciliation with integrity. They're not approaching reconciliation with you with some kind of a solid offer in mind, you know, for forward moving momentum. And they're not approaching it with, you know, some kind of orientation towards the future. They're not coming from that space. It does feel very self-serving and very in the moment. You know, if they do reach out and wanting to reconcile, it's to fulfill some kind of a craving or a need on their part. There's not a lot of consideration coming through for you and what you want and what you need. All right, so your person's energy when it comes to reconciliation is being clouded with either some very selfish motives, dishonesty, or even emotional immaturity. So any communication or effort that your person makes right now is likely to be inconsistent, manipulative, and insincere. The 8 of Wands reversed is carrying a caution for you guys. You know, don't trust any fast or sudden moves from this person, okay? I'm hearing to hold off. Take time, observe, and make sure that you're protecting yourself, okay? If at all you're feeling confused or tempted to override your intuition, please don't. The energies here with the cards are very clear. This is, you know, this is a time to kind of be on the lookout and on guard against this person. I'm not saying walls, but definitely boundaries, okay? Your person isn't the safest space for you at this point in time if they were to reach out and reconcile. Let's find out their actual thoughts and feelings as it pertains to you in this connection. All right. Pile 3's person's honest thoughts and feelings towards Pile 3 in the connection, please. Honest thoughts and feelings. Oh, man. Yeah, this is one of the more difficult, challenging readings in this video. Whoa, what was that? I think I just saw one. Hold on. Yeah, that's what it was. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I just heard your person is not taking you and or this connection seriously, okay? Let me get one more. And I'm going to be honest, what I just heard is they're using you. Or if they were to reconcile with you, it would be to use you to gain some kind of like, not to gain an advantage over you. That's not it, but there is something about using you. Maybe to fill a void. You know, if your person, let me get one more. Yeah. Okay, so the first card out we have is someone else has my heart. All right. We also have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. We have I need you and I miss you, but that's not coming from the space that you want it to, okay? And then at the back of the deck we have I'm not ready. Again, I need you and I miss you. That's coming from a very selfish place. You know, if I were to personify where that's coming from your person needing to fill some kind of a void that someone else may have left or created, okay, with someone else has my heart. You know, I am going to say it does look like your person will be reaching out for reconciliation, okay? Again, there's just that caution coming through. It's not going to be for the reasons that you want it to be. Okay, they're using you to fill a void. I'm also hearing they're using you to fill a space. Okay, that someone else has left. That could be literal too, so be careful with that, you guys, okay? Tell me more about someone else has my heart. Is this like is this an ex? Is this an active energy right now? It's active. Whoever, this is active. I'm trying to find out who this someone else is. You guys might already know. Who is this someone else? First, I want to know if they're currently, if your person is currently in an active connection with that person. All right, pile threes, is pile three's person currently active in this connection with that other person? No, they're not. They're not. They want to be, but they're not. Okay, so this might be your person trying to use you and other people to get over a heartbreak from that they suffered at the hands of someone else. Okay. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Is there anything to add for that? No, this is just saying that this is the energy your person will be in. You know, when they do reach out and if the two of you do reconcile, it's just going to be more of the same thing. If this is a cycle that you guys, you know, go through, they'll reconcile and then they'll dip back out again. Okay. Tell me more about I need you and I miss you. Yeah, 3 of Wands in the reverse. They don't, you know, they're not, that's not coming from a space like I need you in my future. You know, I need you to be the one, you know what I mean? That's not it. There's no future vision coming through. They're just needing you to fill a need in the moment. There's no long-term vision here when it comes to your person reconciling with you. There's no long-term vision for the connection itself. It's just to satisfy a need in the moment. Okay, to relieve some stress, possibly. Tell me about I'm not ready showing up at the bottom of the deck. What's that in pertaining to? What's I'm not ready about? What are you not ready for? The stress of what? They're not ready for the stress. The stress of what? Ah, okay. A relationship, okay? That could also be talked about they're not ready for reconciliation. Okay, if for whatever reason they might be associated, so there's and they both could be true, because there's two different messages coming through. Both could be true. One message is your person's not ready for a relationship, they're not ready for commitment. Okay, that's just an underlying constant energy that's in the background, and it could also mean that they're not ready to reconcile with you because they're associating some kind of stress or, you know, overwhelm, or just feeling overburdened with that. That's, you know, the 10 of Wands, that's stress, that's feeling overwhelmed, having too much on your plate. They could see just connections, or commitments, I should say, relationships, as a burden, and they're not ready for that burden. Okay, if I'm being honest, you know, with the energies that are coming out, your person doesn't have any desire for a committed relationship with you. That's not the point of them. Like, if they do reach out and reconcile, that's not the intention. That's not why they're reconciling. Again, no forward moving. They're not looking towards the future. They're just reaching out and in it to fulfill a momentary need in that instance with you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So let's see, will you reconcile with your person? Will pile 3 and their person finally end up reconciling? Is pile 3 and their person going to reconcile? Pile 3 and their person reconcile. Yeah, I am picking up that, you know, you are going to be hearing from this person. But I'm also hearing it's just going to be more of the same. You're not necessarily going to be getting what you want. You know, if all you're wanting is to hear from this person, yeah, you're going to get that, okay? Let's get a couple more. Yes and no. And I believe that it's yes and no, because I feel like what you guys, the intention that you're hoping that your person is carrying when they do reach out, is going to be different than the reason for which they actually reach out. Okay. So let's see, we have happiness here. We got happy ending, emotional fulfillment, getting what you want. We also have snooping. It says online snooping, still not over you, secretly checking you out. So they do keep tabs on you. You know, I don't know if your person, I'm not necessarily, like, if your person, there is kind of an energy of your person keeping you on their roster, but I'm not picking up where, like, there's a lot of people in that roster. You might be the only one, right? But I'll be very honest and with the message or the impression that's coming through. They're using you. Okay. We also have half truth that says seeing only one side, covering up something, sugarcoating the truth. At the back of the deck, we have the unsaid. Fear of being vulnerable, don't know what to say, not expressing their feelings. So that's 2 no's, a yes, and a maybe. I do feel like, yeah, they are going to be reaching out to you. I'll see if I can find out what the timing is going to be, but their intentions behind it are not aligned with what you're wanting. Okay, let's get timing, please. When is pile 3's person going to reach out to pile 3? Let's see if we can get some timing. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. Could be the very next Earth sign season. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Might be on the cusp of one. It could be right. No, that's in the reverse. My bad. Could be right past it. That could also just talk about it might be a little bit longer than what you're thinking it's going to be. Yeah, it could be on the cusp of like a fire sign moving into, what do they call that? An earth sign. So, you know, in it, for this instance, it might be like the Leo Virgo cusp, right? Or the Sagittarius Capricorn cusp, or the Taurus, is that it? Aries Taurus cusp, something like that. All right. Yeah, there is some delay though with the the Eight of Wands is showing up in the reverse at the back of the deck. There is going to be some delay with that. In terms of reconciliation. All right, you guys, that was your reading. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. If you got from this reading what you came here for, do me a favor. Smash the like button for me. It's a wonderful way to energetically donate to the channel. Comment below. Let me know that you picked this pile. Let me know how it resonated. Become part of the family if you haven't already done so by hitting that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you don't miss a reading or an announcement. And pile 3, I will see you guys at your next Pick a Card Love reading. Bye, guys.